Hi, Vanessa Joy, and I'm going to show you how to use off-camera flash to photograph toasts at an event. This video is sponsored by Fundy. Maybe you're in a place that has dark ceilings, tall ceilings, or outside in the night sky. You're going to need to use off-camera flash. We'll do this in two scenarios. One, we're going to have the speaker stand next to our couple, and the second way is to have our speaker stand in front of the couple. Let's start with my least favorite way, when they stand right next to the couple. So we've got our gorgeous couple right here, and our speaker right here, and you're going to stand literally right next to them. Depending on what kind of centerpieces you have, this is kind of key. If you have centerpieces that are really tall, you're gonna have to make this light go very, very high. So let's just pretend that's happening, and I'm gonna go ahead, turn this on, and raise this up. Ideally, you put these stands next to a wall as much as you can, because people, drunk or not, will trip over them. All right, so that one's there. This one's gonna be my kicker light, so it's going all the way back, nice and far away, just to give some depth. So I wanna, don't wanna trip, kinda wanna aim it at them. Turn this on, and this is 3B. Probably about here should work. I don't want it to hit, I don't want it to be in my picture for one, so I can't put it right behind, and I don't want it to accidentally hit any of their faces. Right now, this might hit my speaker's face a little bit from this angle, but from where I'm gonna photograph, it shouldn't. So we'll put that right about there, and that's 3B. All right, let's get the camera. So I have my on-camera flash, my Profoto A1X. To start off, unless I have a walker, I'm going to turn this head off. I don't want it to flash because it's just gonna flatten what I'm trying to do with these lights here. I do have my lights on TTL to start, so we're just gonna see what they think the light power should be. It's like auto for your lights. So let's go ahead and take a test shot. All right, so you guys are just gonna look at your toast speaker. I'm gonna concentrate on the two of them. There you go. Good. Always do one thing at a time. Great. Now, they're not facing the direction of my light, and that's my bad. They're actually going to be facing here, so this light really needs to be in this direction. So probably right there. Yeah. So let me go ahead and take that shot again. Now their face is lit. It's focused on them. They've got a little bit of a hair light going on. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna leave that as is. So now I'm gonna move around. I'm gonna come around, we're gonna get a shot this way and focus on our speaker. And he's gonna talk to them, great. I'm always trying to get things in the foreground. That's pretty good right there. It's pointed a little bit down, but you know what? I'm not hurting at that. I will go ahead, and I believe that was my C light. Yep, in the back. I'll just bring that up a little bit and then keep continuing. And I want to be able to get him in the foreground. See, I got a walker. He moved, right? He moved out of my light. So I'm going to see if maybe he'll move back into my light. Let's see. Yep, they're good. He moved back into my light. Good. So that's nice. But what do you do if he didn't move into your light?
What's really important is the final story, and telling the final story comes together in the album. So let's pop over really quickly just to show you how it all comes together in Fundy Designer. I've been using Fundy Designer for so long, trusting them to help me create album designs, wall art, thank you cards. I even made my studio magazine using Fundy. I absolutely love it. It's super intuitive, easy to use, just drag and drop, and now there are so many auto design features that I can quickly make everything I need for any given client. Now, when it comes to designing the toasts on a wedding album spread, it doesn't all have to live on one spread. Now, naturally, I'm exaggerating a little bit here with these spreads, but it can really easily become multiple spreads in the story, especially when you're honing in on people's reactions, other guests that are in the room, and then even like little photos of of champagne glasses, which I neglected to take here, but I would definitely put them in part of a regular story. And then you can really make it interesting by alternating color and black and white, having some spreads have 1 or 2 photos across the entire spread, and then others have a whole bunch of photos collaged into one. It just really helps the story flow. I mean, wedding toasts, these are some of the most important people in their lives that are giving these toasts, so why wouldn't you want to tell that in multiple pages in the final wedding album story? If you haven't used Fundy before, I can't say enough good things about Fundy. They are a staple in my business. They're one of the reasons I make so much money in my business, because I concentrate on the final story that I'm telling clients, and Fundy helps me do exactly that. So you can grab a free trial. We've got a link below and a special discount. It's 30% off. It's a really good discount. You're not going to get it anywhere else as far as I know. So make sure you give it a try. You won't regret it. You will see your photos come to life using Fundy Designer. Now back to the video.
We're going to go ahead and turn this light on. So what I can do is just go ahead and turn this on, head on, and I'm going to use this tilted just as it is. I'm going to go back to TTL. So I'm going to come right about here. And this would be just for the shot of him. So now this light is filling in. The nice thing about doing this is you can also turn around and start photographing other people. Like I could just photograph Charles over here, because now I've got a light that's flashing. Now let's just say my speaker's not going to be there. Instead, he's going to come around and be in front of them. All right, and now I'm going to move this light a little bit more this way. What you really want to think about is one light lights the speaker's face and one light lights the couple's face. So now this can come right about here, pointed at my couple, right about there. You're going to talk to them, and always there's a centerpiece in the way. That's just how life works. That's okay. Ah, so funny. That looks good to me, except for that shadow of the centerpiece just right on her. I'm gonna just adjust this so we don't have that problem. So we're just gonna move it over a little bit, and I'm also going to raise up the light, and that'll help. So bring this up just a little bit. It'll throw the shadow down, and it'll be much more effective. These are the problems you have. All right, so let's get back to my angle over here. Good. So we'll get one of the two of them. Nice, much, much better. That shadow is not so bad. And then we'll back up. We'll get one with him in the foreground, which should look great. So I'm gonna come around in a different direction and just get the couple. And I'm usually waiting for a spot here for like the bride to look lovingly at the groom and the groom to look lovingly at the bride. There it is. And then I'm gonna keep going this way. And we're gonna get that through the couple shot right there. Good, nice. So we got the idea. That last shot of the two of them, I would also mimic to come to this side, not in front of the speaker. Don't do that, that's just bad. But I'll come this way so then I can get one of the bride looking at the groom. Awesome. And then you've got that shot right there. She is perfectly lit, because I definitely set that to light him more than or light my bride more than I did my groom. So that's it. That is how you light speeches at any given event using two lights, maybe even a little fill light in case you got a walker. If you're watching here on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, ring the bell, hit like, and I'll see you next time.
You learn most when you are there on the job, and this is the next best thing, Shadow A Pro. Shadow A Pro is behind the scenes look at over 21 weddings and engagement sessions, real ones, not curated ones, not necessarily even my best, most visually appealing ones. They are real, they are raw, they're exactly what I do on any given wedding day. I also have videos there for you that are direct instruction on things like lighting the reception details, lighting the toasts, and so much more. Now I can't just have a course without giving you a bazillion bonus bonuses. I'm giving you my very favorite pre-shoot client questionnaire. I'm showing you my family starter list. There's a posing cheat sheet. There's a second photographer guide. There's even a posing phrase sheet that will help you prompt your clients to get authentic, real emotions instead of solely staged ones. You are getting so much content, so many more bonuses that you're probably seeing on the screen right now, in addition to the actual meaty content that Shadow A Pro provides. Everything as real and raw as it gets. I hope to see you inside Shadow A Pro.